Hi everyone, this is Amit Bhandari of TalkCondo.com, and I'd like to introduce you to a very, very special guest today. We have the president of Great Gulf, Christopher Wein. Christopher, I know you've got a crazy schedule, so thank you so much for taking the time out today.
Oh, you're very welcome. Happy to be here.
Thank you. So Christopher, just jumping right into it. Great Gulf, huge name in the industry. You guys have won obviously numerous awards, never-ending line there. What is it that makes Great Gulf Great Gulf?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you a bit of the history. So it was started 40 years ago. It's a private company. The individuals who founded the company still own it today. And they've always believed in building better communities, building better houses. We started out as a home builder, and we have evolved into high-rise construction. We build whole communities, we do retail, we do office, you name it, we're involved in it. And we really believe in being innovative and really trying to create the best products we can, and always searching out better ways to construct, better ways to design, and really trying to be one of the leading builders in the city.
Perfect. And such a great honor to be working with Great Gulf. So what I wanted to talk about next was just based on that innovation as well and sort of how you pick sites. We've noticed time and time again across the GTA, but Toronto specifically, where Great Gulf have been like the pioneer developer, the Hudson at King and Spadina being one, X1, X2 at Bloor East and Church, and then you had Pace condominiums. You're sort of entering these neighborhoods before they're even anything, sometimes even before any other developers have even caught wind or, have even entered the market. And then even more recently is the East Bay front, where Mond was the first anything in that neighborhood. So could you talk to us a little bit? Is that by design, or could you talk?
Sure.
It by
it is by design.
Okay.
Something that we really like to. We look at a number of different factors, but a big part of what we look at is the demographics of the city, and we really like to study demographics and study, basically the way neighborhoods and populations are changing. And Toronto, we love Toronto because it's one of the most diverse cities in the world. And it's amazing that through growth, you get these neighborhoods that start to gentrify or start to transition. And we, as a developer, it's really important for us to try and help these communities develop for the future. So it's easy to pick spots, that are already full of development.
Yeah, of course.
But we prefer to be a little more pioneering, and we're not adverse to risk.
Yeah.
And that's been a big part of our success. And we really believe in studying, the flows of people and traffic and business, and understanding where the next sort of hot spots are going to be. And as you mentioned, we've had a lot of success in a lot of our areas. Our focus now is we put a lot of focus on the east side of Toronto. We believe heavily that the east is in some ways the new west. So we continue to develop on the west side and have had a lot of success there. But we believe that the real opportunities for future neighborhoods is the east side of downtown.
I was actually just going to touch on that. So what is it about that east side, I guess, or east of Yonge, or in some cases east of DVP, that makes it so compelling? What is it that's compelling to Great Gulf?
Sure. We look at a number of things. I think certainly, one of the things we always want to focus on is transit and understanding how people get around the city. And when you look at, the fact that you've got the Don Valley Parkway on the east side, the Gardiner Expressway, and so on, you've also got, incredible recreation facilities with respect to the ravine system and some of the new parks that have come up, like Corkdown Commons and so on. To us, it's kind of obvious that the east side has a lot of development opportunity, a lot of growth opportunity, and that's an area that we decided to concentrate on several years ago. We've done some office development there with the Globe Mail Center and the Coca-Cola headquarters, and we'll continue to try and expand that neighborhood both commercially as well as residentially. But I think that the east side can really offer a new perspective for buyers in the marketplace. It has, in my mind, all the advantages of the west side, plus. So it's got those advantages, but it's also got the Don Valley Parkway. It's also got very easy access to the lakeshore. Like the lakeshore on the east side has actually got more development potential, and we've recently bought some more sites down on the waterfront. So I think that whole area with what happened with the Pan Am Games and so on, and the distillery district, you're just going to continue to see a huge amount of development happen there.
Very exciting. And of course, there's the Unilever site that was purchased a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah. So that's we're not ready to talk about the future of that site yet, but I think between that and what's happening in the Portlands, there's going to be a lot of excitement throughout that area for the next generation. So
exciting.
Yeah.
It's amazing just to see the general growth and how and the general trends, how cities grow, and how we've seen it in other parts of the world. London, for instance, we saw how the city grew outwards, and it's amazing to see how Toronto is just following the same progressive pattern as other large cities across the globe has followed. So just going back to the east side again, the next site, another site that Great Gulf have is the Power in Adelaide site.
Correct.
Is there anything that you could tell us about that site?
Sure. So at this moment, we spent the last year in design development to do about a 500 unit condominium project there. It'll be a mixed use project. So there'll be extensive retail on the first 2 floors, and we really hope that and believe that there's demand for some larger retail in the area. There's been a lot of recent development residentially in that area, including the Pan Am Village. And so, our hope would be perhaps a major grocery store to take up a lot of the retail in the base of that building. But what's beautiful about it is we are on a park. So Orphan Green is right across Power Street from us. And we're going to assist the city to try and improve that park. In addition to that, as part of our site, we're also going to create a park opposite Orphan Green. So we're going to dedicate a portion of our site to a brand new park that we're going to create and then gift back to the city. But then above that, those beautiful retail pavilions will be about 500 plus units of condominium. It's a 2-tower project with a beautiful amenity deck. It's actually we have amenity open to both sides of the in between the towers. So you'll have views from the west all the way around to the east. You're going to have gorgeous views of the skyline from that amenity deck, so every resident in the building can enjoy it. And you're also going to get great sunsets and sunrises. So we're pretty excited about the project.
Sounds like a very, very, very cool project.
Yes, absolutely.
So I guess my next question, just to follow on from that, is if anybody is interested in pursuing something at this next development, what would they need to do? Yeah,
so we're calling the development home because we really believe that the east side is a neighborhood that you can call home. I think it's a fantastic place to live. As I said before, it offers all the amenities and services that you would want in a home. And so if you're interested in Home at Power in Adelaide, we will be coming out to market shortly. So we anticipate launching into the marketplace within the next few weeks. And we will be working extensively with the broker community. So if you are working with a broker currently, your best bet is to reach out to them, and they will have all the information that they need to get in early and be one of the first to buy, which we always recommend. If you are investing in condominiums, it's always best to get in as early as you can.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.